So this video is going to contain spoilers for issue 191 and 192 of the Walking Dead comic. So be wary of that. If you don't care, then continue. So as you know by now, Rick has died in the Walking Dead comic, just as he's kind of died in the TV show. And Kirkman has said that it's not a reaction from the TV show, he just always had it planned, you know. But with those kind of things, you always have to take it with a grain of salt. It's always hard to divide the idea that he got it from the show. But maybe he did always have it planned, that doesn't really matter. The focus of this video is on what's going to happen next, and who is going to be leading next after Rick is gone, because it is the end of an era with the death of Rick Grimes. Especially in the comic book, I honestly didn't think he would ever actually die. But here we are, he was now murdered by Sebastian, son of Pamela, who was the previous leader of the Commonwealth. Whether it was satisfying death or it was a very premature death, a very quick one. A lot of people don't like the way Rick died. He didn't get to say goodbye. They made sure to mention that inside the comic itself in issue 192, how Andrea got to say goodbye to Rick and Rick got to say goodbye to Andrea, but Carl never said goodbye to Rick. And Sebastian basically is going to spend the rest of his life in that prison cell. I'm sure at some point he's going to break out, unless they take the story in a completely different direction. I know Negan isn't going to be very satisfied with Sebastian just staying in that cell. Maybe that's how Kirkman's planning to do it. He's going to have Negan kill Sebastian. But speaking of Negan, it looks like he's going to be heading the Walking Dead comic book from now on. And it kind of looks like it's going in that direction in the TV show as well. His redemption arc is very satisfying. Maggie is set to return, so we'll see if Maggie sends Negan away the same way she did in the comic, instead of outright murdering him. But we did kind of get that scene already before the time skips, so maybe that's done and everyone will just be more accepting of Negan. Not completely, of course, but the door is open kind of thing. But basically, Kirkman is quoted as saying this, and with Rick Grimes gone, who will be the focus of the series, question mark and all that, I'll give you one effity guess, you effers. And I would swear, but YouTube will take down the video or something ridiculous. But that's clearly talking about Negan. So Negan's going to be heading up the Walking Dead comic book, and that's a kind of nice direction, but the comic book Negan and the TV show Negan are kind of different. One of them is serviceable. The other one does like to swear a lot, say the F word a lot, which can make communication kind of weird, especially if he has to talk a lot and be the central protagonist you have to identify with. I feel like the Negan of the past should be the one that uses all this verbal language, and it should be toned down a little bit if he becomes protagonist. Because honestly, it could become a bit insufferable to listen to that, well, to read that, but maybe not. I mean, it all depends on how they write him. But maybe not. I mean, I do agree with this direction. Rick dying is kind of, I've got to let that settle for a bit, but a redemption arc for Negan, knowing what he's done in the past, is a very interesting story. I don't know how Carl is going to react to that, Negan coming back. For those of you that don't know, Negan hasn't been seen since issue 174 back in December of 2017. He's been gone for a very long time, ever since basically Maggie and Negan had that talk and Maggie spared his life, and he basically became more, well, not self-assured. He turned over a new leaf. He basically made peace with himself, and it does look like he will actually change. I feel like in the most ideal case, we'll get the same Negan or a very similar Negan to the one we have on the TV show, since he's more of a favorite at this point. People have kind of, well, not forgotten, but it's in the back of their minds, the fact that he killed Glenn and Abraham in such a brutal way. What's funny is Robert Kirkman, has said multiple times that Negan is not coming back. I mean, he hasn't outright confirmed Negan's returning as a protagonist, but it's just very obvious that he is, judging from the quote. He said in the past that, like in all capital letters, let me be clear, Negan is not coming back. We will not be seeing him in the series again. And then again, no more Negan. So, and that was very recent he said that. So it's a bit strange that he would say that. I mean, really, this just kind of serves to not trust anything Robert Kirkman says more than it does to build hype around Negan. But in the end, it is what it is. Doesn't really matter. And personally, I do think that Robert Kirkman got the idea to kill Rick off from the TV show. He has always said in the past that Rick was going to die. I think now that he saw how it would react, how the audience would take that, he decided to do it sooner. And he got excited about, you know, it's a big deal, Rick Grimes dying. It definitely breathes more life into the comic book, just to see what's going to happen next. And this is a very scary thing to do, so we'll see if the Walking Dead comic book can survive this, but only time will tell on that. But that's basically it for this video. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.